Good day, Bravehearts. Happy Halloween. It'll be trick or treat. And I'll tell you something right now. What we're doing today is the treat, but tonight is the trick. And the trick is that most people are sending their kids out for Halloween and they're getting them ready to become alcoholics. Oh yeah, that's right. So just know this, that sugar causes most of the inflammation, most of the mutation, most of the crystallization, calcification, scar tissue formation in the world. And most parents are unconscious of their subconscious programming on how they prepare their kids for a life of inflammation, pain, swelling, and stiffness. So I know that that's not what we're here for. We're here to talk about the most powerful electrolyte formula on the planet. Now understand something. These are big words, Dr. Wolf. Well, guess what? I'm ready to back them up today. So what if we could make the most powerfully electric charged mineral and supplement and then take it another step and make it into an Ormus? So what we've created is called, Beyond, here it is right here, Beyond Ormus, mineral solution, all right? And then what if we could take those minerals, these electrically charged minerals, and they're the highest electrical charged minerals, and then we were to actually mix them with magnesium and make a magnesium spray and make it into an Ormus magnesium spray. Well, you would have something that's going to go in through the skin and it's going to charge up every cell it touches, and it's going to reduce pain, and stiffness, and you're going to have the highest absorption of any magnesium come through your body. You get that? That's what we're going to talk about today. I've got Jay on the line. Now, Jay has put these formulas together for us. How you doing, Jay?
I'm great. How are you doing, Daryl?
Well, we're doing great, buddy. Braveheart Nation is growing every day, leaps and bounds, and I mean leaps and bounds. We have joining our platforms right now, we have around 30 to 50,000 people a day joining our platform.
Wow.
And in 4 months, Jay, we're going to be releasing the Braveheart Nation app, and it's the only health app of its kind that I know of. And we're hoping that will bring all Bravehearts' hearts together so that we can actually maybe really create a consciousness that we are actually family and we all came from one creator and we're all going back there. So the reality is that, you know what? The ending is just the beginning of something new. And everybody's seeing the ending of something going on this planet and something new coming. And the reality is this, we have to think everything in the way of vibration and frequency. And that means the people you hang around with, that means the things you read, the things you watch, the things you eat, the things you drink. But really, when it comes down to your supplementation, which we don't carry, we carry nutraceuticals. It's all about vibration and all about frequency. And I'm telling you right now, Jay's going to explain why. Beyond Ormus Mineral Solution and Beyond Ormus Mineral Magnesium Spray has the highest electrical charge of any minerals that we know of on the planet. We didn't say of all, but as we know of. Because guess what? We're always going to learn something new. But the reality is guess what? If we can make it better, Jay's going to do it. If we can make something a higher potential, because guess what? I hope you guys know this, It's all about light and it's all about frequency and it's all about electricity. And the reality is frequencies turn health on and turn diseases on. It all depends the type of frequencies you're running. I mean, let's put it this way. Did you notice something? People that run a depressive program are depressive. And people that run a financial program that they believe that they are abundant, they are abundant. And meanwhile, the whole world's been taught that, guess what? This is as good as it gets, that it comes to health and wealth. So the reality is guess what? People bought into that BS. And I stopped buying into that over a quarter century ago. And guess what? My name is Daryl Wolf, but I am an unlimited, spirit. And I will never, ever live to my full potential only because That's how infinite it is. And that's the same thing we're finding in bringing the vibration and the electrical conductivity to our supplements and making them into nutraceuticals. Jay, what do you think?
I think it's a great statement. I really, really do. And trace minerals are one of those foundational products, and people overcomplicate things all the time. And they really, really are a simple product that you can add to your life that makes all the difference in the world. And trace minerals are involved in pretty much every process in the human body, from brain health to hormone regulation to immune system function. There's really nothing in the human body that they're not involved in. So
without minerals, nothing works. Nothing else works, guys. Nothing works.
That's right. That's right. And if we look at our cells are like batteries. And the fuel that those cells, that charge those cells up, really are trace minerals. And so when you charge those cells up, you run more effectively, you have more energy. And again, if you have more energy, you have more ATP, everything in the body now functions better. So you'll have better moods, better energy, better immune system function. And it really, really is that simple. So, and not only are minerals involved in all of these different processes, but they help all the other nutrients that we take in on a daily basis, like vitamins and proteins and enzymes. Minerals help all those other nutrients absorb and are utilized better by the body. So
and if I can cut in, Jay, is it okay? These trace minerals, guys, are trace minerals. Do you know that their ability to travel to the depths of your human body, which is intercellular? And understand something. Everybody talks about alkaline this, alkaline that. Well, guess what? The most important thing to alkaline is your cells, and it's trace minerals that actually do it. Jay?
Yep. No, that's right. And, everybody runs into the health food store and they want these herbs and they want all these different fixes for all of the health issues. And to me, it really comes down to starting at the beginning. You got to start with that foundation of the house. You can't go put the windows in and put the roof up on the house until you have that solid foundation. And trace minerals really are that.
Yeah, but understand, I want you to really let people understand this, Jay, that there are different types of trace minerals, some that aren't pure, that are very toxic. And also there's trace minerals, guys, out there. They can read exactly the same as our bottle and not even measure up electrically, even come close. So everybody, you really need to understand that.
Yeah, and trace minerals are a very vague term, and there's a lot of different sources. We can take a trace mineral complex, which involves all of the minerals on the periodic table, or you can take the magnesium, you can take potassium, you can take chloride, you can take all these different minerals in isolation.
Right.
In nature, that's not how nature works. You don't just go and eat vitamin C out of the orange. You eat the entire orange because there's all these different nutrients. Some we understand, some we don't. But that whole food presentation always works better than isolation. And when we look at our trace mineral complex comes from ocean water. It comes from South Pacific Ocean water. And the reason it comes from the ocean is the ocean has over 92 minerals in it and trace elements in it, whereas you'll never find that same balance and concentration on land. You can go to a field and pick up a soil and do analysis. You may get 73 minerals. You go one block away, there might be 27 minerals. There might be 90 minerals. There might be 20. There's always going to be a major difference in everybody's deposit of land minerals. In the ocean, when the inorganic minerals run off from the soil into the ocean, they will always maintain that same chemical makeup. So you'll always get the exact same amount of one element, the same amount of the other element. Anything in excess will fall to the bottom of the ocean floor and become inaccessible. So you're always going to get a guaranteed same product all of the time. And so those minerals from the ocean really are the perfect source to grab trace minerals from. They're in their organic form, so they're highly absorbable by the human body. And so interestingly enough, if we look at trace minerals and the human connection, we have a lot of similarities. If you look at human blood plasma is 25% ocean water. Back in the First World War, there was countries in the absence of blood plasma, they were doing blood transfusions. There's books written on the subject of doing blood transfusions with filtered ocean water. There is another relationship, amniotic fluid within, the liquid that the fetus is being grown in the mother's womb is almost chemically identical to ocean water. So we have this very cool relationship with the ocean. And something really interesting as well, another reason why we take the minerals from the ocean, if you look at all of the mammals and the animals that are living in the ocean, they hardly ever have cancer. They hardly ever have heart disease. They don't have a lot of the afflictions that us land animals and humans do, right? They really have very little disease. The only time there's an issue is when us stupid humans get involved and pollute their environment. But typically, an animal living in the ocean, breathing and consuming this constant balance of trace minerals, they thrive so much more. Their lifespans are longer. Like I said, they grow, they come to maturity quicker, and they don't seem to age as well or age the same way that we do. If you look at, I read in a book the other day, there was a mother whale. Under a microscope, they took tissue samples of the mother whale and her calf, and chemically, under the microscope, they could not tell which one was the mother and which one was the baby. So it's just amazing that they don't seem to age as well or age nearly as much or as fast as humans do, or again, animals on the land. So if we have this really interesting relationship, and honestly, I feel that's why our trace mineral complex works so well, is when you take it, the body just maybe recognizes it as something familiar and accepts it readily and allows it to do all its great things.
Well, I think I'm a walking tribute to them because, and some people on here are going to go, well, I don't really think so. But, I'm 67 and I think I'm doing okay, and I'm doing better all the time. People say I'm looking younger all the time because, I'm treating my body like a Visa card where I've got to make those payments, and I know I need to make those payments. You can be pain-free, everyone. You can be disease-free if you want. It's all BS. It's all BS. When somebody tells you that you're doing okay for your age or you're doing good for your age, understand something. You're not doing good for your age because the majority of the population is right now the walking dead. And I'm not putting them down. I'm trying to wake them up. And if I have to piss them off to wake them up, I'm going to piss them off. And I don't give a crap anymore because, if you love someone, you're going to risk telling the truth. And people are rotting out. They're rotting out, okay? They're inflamed. They're stiff. They're infected. There's no way they're getting their minerals because everybody's eating cooked food, fried food, processed food. The reality is everybody's on the run. They don't drink the right water, enough water. We have a huge problem here. And I'm going to tell you something. Okay, we have a protocol, and that protocol is for stage 4 inflammation, okay, in supporting the body. We're not out to cure anything because you don't cure anything, everybody. There's no such thing as a cure. There's only such thing as a perfect day. From the moment you rise until you close your eyes, you know how to feed your body, love and care for your body. And guess what? There is no disease. You're never out of alignment. You're never out of harmony anymore. So you have to understand that if you're going to eat like your family, your friends, if you're going to live like the majority, well, you're going to rot out. You're going to be in pain. You're going to be a statistic. And I will never be a statistic because I don't do what the majority does. I'm the quack. I'm the guy who's doing something that, oh my God, what a weirdo. So understand something, you can go and buy all your food and you're going to find out most of it's empty, or you can spend money in the right places. And I'm going to tell you something, our Ormus minerals are being spent in the right place. My God, if you've got children and you're not giving them our trace minerals, if you're not giving yourself trace minerals, you're not going to light up your brain. And your brain has so much demand on minerals and electricity, it's phenomenal. And I'm going to tell you something, at taking 20 drops, even 3 times a day, tell me you won't light up with our product. Or using our Beyond Ormus magnesium spray to get rid of pain. Okay, like really bring down inflammation, bring down pain, help to bring back the flexibility to that joint, help to bring back the flexibility to your lungs. You know, everything, magnesium is a relaxant healing mineral. And it's the most efficient mineral. But the most efficient nutrients, not vitamins, it's not vitamins, it's guess what? It's essential minerals. And the ones we're talking about right here. You need to wake up to this, okay? I mean, everybody, you have to. I'm going to tell you, when we put people on this, we have a program to help to bring balance to the body with people who have cancer. They call it cancer. We call it stage 4 inflammation. I have been doing the Ormus minerals a minimum of 4 times a day because these Ormus minerals help to get rid of the dead soldiers. They help to keep the electrical conductivity working smooth within the cells and within the bloodstream, okay? So I just wanted people to know this, Jay, that we've been going in the trenches with your products. We've been going into the trenches with your products with people from diabetes to dementia, to ADD, to ADHD, and there's no such thing. There's lack of minerals. That's the problem. And I'm telling you, nothing will work as fast as actually, look up Ormus, everyone. These aren't just trace minerals. This is a trace mineral Ormus product, which means it works on the etherical level. It works on the emotional, mental level, and helping to create balance within the invisible and the physical. So we'll talk about that more. Jay?
Yeah, and I just wanted to hit on some of your points there. This is something that you have to do every single day. Whether you notice something tomorrow or not, you just keep taking it. You know, 15 years ago, when I started doing this, everybody thought I was crazy. You know, I was pushing this on family and friends, and, you know, you start small, and everyone is like, you're crazy, you're nuts. And now 15 years later, people come back to me, and they're like, you're not limping. You don't look as old as you should. You don't have all these issues that we have. What the heck is your secret? And I keep saying to them, I told you 15 years ago, trace minerals are involved in every process in the human body. So if you have the cancers, not that I'm saying anything about curing, but if you have all these different diseases, and it doesn't matter what the issue is, if the minerals are involved in the process to bring you back to balance and help you heal, then you have a potential to beat or improve every infliction that you have or may occur in the future. So it really is as simple as it gets. And there
was a tape, Dead Doctors Don't Lie. And the reality is that's what blew up the whole mineral topic. If you haven't listened to it, but I'm going to tell you something. The person who did that tape, it's amazing. Thank God they did. But it doesn't touch what we have. It doesn't come near it. And I mean that in the nicest way. Okay? Are you going to drive a 20-year-old technology? No. You got to remember something. Okay? We've come a long way in 20 years. We don't sell supplements anymore. We sell nutraceuticals. And we understand something. It's all about frequency and light. The higher the frequency and the more light there is in the product, the faster the balancing, the harmonization, all the way down to the mitochondria.
Yeah, and there's ways now with all this internet, everybody talking and people, all these holistic practitioners getting together. There's a lot more information out there about extracting and amplifying energy. You know, homeopathy's been around for a very, very long time when it talks about energy medicine, but there's been a lot of advances, and we've really been able to harness the energy. Even our plain trace mineral complex. We used to do trade shows in the past, and we would have all these energy healers or people that are sensitive to energy, and they would come up to us all the time and say, what is going on here? And we would talk about the ocean water, and we would talk about the energy, but we've taken that a step further. So we were able to...
Jay, can I interrupt just a little bit? There's somebody on here saying that they're going to go order right away. Okay. Just make sure that the sale is on, okay? Let me tell you something. This is a hard launch for us. I mean, I've been really just playing it easy for a long time with these minerals. But you know what? I don't believe there's anything better. and I really, they're going on sale today. So you can go to store.docofdetox.com. But just make sure that they're on sale, because if they're not, it'll be happening right after this show. I don't want anybody to buy and then they find out that there was a sale on them. Okay. But I will tell you that my phone number is 469-861-8884. And I want anybody who purchases these for the first time to take my phone number down and call me and tell me how you're feeling. And I do answer my phone, by the way. Go ahead, Jay.
Yeah, no, I was just going to talk about the Ormus capacity, or the Ormus part of our product.
Right.
When we take the trace mineral complex, we're essentially taking that energy and amplifying it and putting it back into that solution. So the solution itself is like water is a great carrier of energy. Water will, you can take your energy, put it in water, and it will absolutely maintain that energy. Whereas this trace mineral complex will actually hold that energy. So we have energy practitioners that will buy this if they're doing energy work of their own, and they are able to put that into this product, and it will store there indefinitely as well. So when you take the trace minerals and then you amplify that energy, put it back into the trace minerals, it's just a fabulous, fabulous product. And how does it work? I'm not sure. It just works that much better. You're giving that same mineral in different frequency levels. It's all just, it's an educated guess, but it is a guess. And so I don't really care why it works. It works unbelievably well, and people tell us this all day, every day. So that's good enough for me. And I don't profess to be a mineral expert whatsoever. I just know they work. I know they do unbelievable things. I've read 1,000 textbooks where trace minerals are probably chapter 1 or chapter 2 in the health books, talking about, when we get into the hierarchy of nutrients. So that's good enough for me. We have a ton of naturopathic doctors. We have a ton of, we have a lot of biofeedback practitioners that will work with their clients. And, they have these machines where you can put the minerals on there and you can test it against the patient's resistance. And every single time our minerals come back with exceptionally good results. They'll go back and they'll test with what they're using currently, and once they come back and they do that comparison, our minerals will always outperform any other complex that we've come across.
So you do a lot of testing on your minerals too. I want people to understand that we do a lot of testing on our minerals, that they're tested.
And that's right, and it's all third-party testing. We don't have a lab that we have the ability to manipulate results. This is all third party. So we test for heavy metals, microbials, microcystine, pesticides, chemical solvents. We test for everything that we're allowed to test for, and perfect results. Our heavy metal concentrations are in the parts per billions. It's as clean of a product as you'll ever get, and it's super important because when you get a trace mineral that's in its ionic form, that's organic, that has that ability to get into that cell so readily, it better be clean. You better not be getting one full of heavy metals or not tested or tested by their own company. You really have to be certain that you're getting the proper product, or you have the potential to cause harm. If you're going to have a product full of mercury and it absorbs well, guess where that mercury is going? It's going straight to the brain, straight to the cell. You have to make sure you're getting a pure
And
product.
there are companies out there that sell trace minerals that have mercury content in their product. And we're not going to mention them because that's not what the show's about. But
That's right. That's right.
But understand something, buyer beware, but you're not going to know it. All I will tell you is that they're a major supplier of trace minerals on this planet. So this is not about you leaving and not buying from them and buying from us. This is, they know it. Why aren't they cleaning it up yet?
Yeah.
Yeah. So understand,
We'll leave that one alone.
Just know this, everyone. You are getting the most purest product when it comes to trace minerals, and trace minerals are the most important nutrient to the human body. I would love someone to challenge me that they're not, because they are. Now, what if we could give you something that was highly electric charged? And if you don't know about Ormus, go look up the word Ormus, and then you'll understand that this goes through even a very high electrical, energetic process to get it where it is. So it's like this: get the best trace mineral, the purest trace mineral, and then put a rocket on it. Is that right, Jay? Is that about right?
Yep, that's right. That's right. And so we have the internal drops. We also have the face and body spray.
Yes.
And that face and body spray, I have one right here.
I got one here too. Look.
There you go. Okay.
And this is called, it's called Beyond Ormus, okay? Magnesium and mineral spray. And you can spray this anywhere. If you want beautiful skin, if you want to get rid of pain, why don't you tell them what they can do with this, okay?
Yeah, so just to talk a little bit about the product, it starts as that trace mineral complex. It has extra magnesium in it, and it has that Ormus capacity as well. So it really has a little bit different energy profile than the internal drops. We won't get into that, but it's really geared
That's
towards
the internal drops,
It's
everyone.
really geared towards pain and working for the skin. So we've done trade shows where I've had people come up to me and said, I had psoriasis for my whole adult life. I had a 60-year-old fella with a psoriasis his whole entire life. Within one bottle, it was gone. Not to say that that's going to happen to you, but it happened to him.
So if you do the external use, if you do external use and internal goes to the root of the problem, healing the large intestine, which has become leaky gut, what they call autoimmune disease. So it's going to go and heal the pinholes, okay, to stop you from pooping into your pelvis and allowing the fungus to leave from the large intestine, because now you've got a screen door in a submarine, and that's why you've got fungus on your skin, because you've got systemic candidiasis throughout your whole body. So it's not good enough to just use the spray to get rid of the fungus, because now you've got a condition here. But remember, the eczema, the psoriasis, same thing. Psoriasis is only a thicker scab. It's been there longer. And that is only a fungal infection. And that was caused because of antibiotics. And then you added the sugar and the dairy and all the other things to create the holes in your intestine. The trace minerals help the healing of the holes, because let's stop the problem in the root. And then let's go to the surface with the Beyond Ormus magnesium spray and knock it out there too. So going from the inside out and the outside in is how we win. What do you think, Jay?
That's right. Absolutely. And so when the trace minerals work on, let's say, eczema, but let's say that eczema was caused by a mental issue. If you're taking the drops internally, it's helping those electrical connections in the brain. It's helping your mood. If it's regulating hormones or helping in that process, that you're fixing it in different ways, right? You're kind of doing the shotgun approach where you're fixing the physical, you're fixing the mental, you're spraying onto the outside, you're giving your body the best acne with wrinkles, with skin cancers, that will use that spray. It's great for pain. I was lifting a couch last year and I really torqued one of my fingers. Well, I took that spray and I was putting that on 10 times a day. I just sat at my office, and every half an hour I was spraying, and that just facilitates that healing. So that's just going to speed up that process. I'm going to take more drops internally during times of illness and stress or an injury such as that, but I'm also going to hit it from the outside as well. And it's we have so many people that are diehard about that spray as well.
And if I can say something, everyone, you need to get this. How about an Ormus product that you don't have to wrap in tin foil, keep in a dark cupboard, that you can just have in the fridge or on your cupboard, and the Ormus isn't going to be damaged.
No fridge, on the cupboard.
On the cupboard. I mean, if they really wanted to, if they were, but the reality is guess what? You don't have to play hide and seek. Hey, Lori? I mean, we've been dealing with Ormus for years, and a lot of our Ormus products that we got, like let's say 20 years ago, and we were dealing with Ormus that long ago, it was wrapped in tinfoil, and then it had to be put into a tin box until you were ready to sell it.
Yep. Very difficult.
Yeah. So welcome. There is breakthroughs, okay? Not just pretend ones. Yeah. So
and those minerals will contain that Ormus. That's the protected agent.
Yeah.
The balance and that concentration of those minerals, you put that energy into that, it will not change. We've tried to hurt it. It just will not change. We've I don't want to say the word microwave, but we've had bottles thrown into microwaves We've had bottles. We've done some really bad things to these bottles. We can't destroy the Ormus. We sell it to a patient, or we give it. We've tested with patients after we've done these horrible things, and they come back and they're like, "It's the best product I've seen. It works fabulously." So, if a microwave can't hurt it, we don't think that tinfoil is needed whatsoever.
So we've got Ray asking, can a kidney transplant diabetic person take this? Okay, first of all, before Jay says anything, guys, stop it. Stop it. I'm not allowed to sell drugs. We sell nutraceuticals. Anybody can take nutraceuticals for any condition. They are high vibrational foods. Dr. Wolf, is it okay if I have high vibrational healing nutrition come into my body if I'm a kidney transplant diabetic person? Guys, you better do it and understand something. I'm going to show you how far the BS goes. Yes, hi, Dr. Wolf. Yeah, I just went to my doctor, and he said that I can no longer take antioxidants because I'm on this cancer therapy and that it will interrupt. All I'm going to do right now is put a challenge out there. I want to show me one person, one case, one study where nutrition actually got in the way of any of their chemo radiation. It doesn't. All it does is stop you from losing your teeth and your hair and your virility and your vitality while you're going to war with yourselves. End of story. There is not one study that proves that you cannot utilize any of our products in any condition. And that's it. And I'm going to say there's always an exception to the rule, but I don't know what that is. Okay, I'm just going to say that right now. I do not know what that exception would be, but everybody needs to wake up here. Okay, all right? You can challenge me to see what I'm up to. What's he really trying to do? What's he up to? You could go ahead and keep digging because that's what people do. You know, remember something. If you're not part of the majority and you're the minority, then you're not going to be accepted. But just because, and you need to put this into your head, and then remember as you travel through life, just because the majority of the population are doing something doesn't make it right. And just because it's something new and your subconscious goes like this, it doesn't make it wrong. It just makes you ignorant or narrow-minded. And I'm not calling you down. I'm trying to tell you, you've all been programmed to knock yourself off and knock your family off. You want to see how many kids are going to go out tonight and grab 10 pounds of sugar, and they're going to have that all eaten within 7 days, and then they're going to have colds and flus and seizures, ADD, ADHD, and it's none of this. You know, you need to get this, okay? ADD is a young child on sugar, okay? Okay, dementia is an older person who's been on sugar their whole life, and they're still on sugar, okay? Diabetes is sugar, okay? Cancer is a sugar problem, and it's a lack of minerals. How many people know that when you eat sugar, you destroy your minerals? Isn't that something? So you sugar junkies, you can't help yourself because we already know that sugar is 8 times more addictive than cocaine. So you can't help yourself, so you better be getting these trace minerals, which are not expensive, and a whole bottle goes a long way, doesn't it, Jay? A long way. And it good. Guess what it could do?
20 cents a day?
20 cents a day. And it could save your life. But guess what? You want to know what the problem is? Excuse me, Jay, I'm in a rant. Okay? Do you want to know what the problem is here, everyone? It's not the 20 cents a day. It's because you're not worth 20 cents. Do you know how many of you out there would give your life to a family member, give your shirt off your back, but when it comes to yourself, everybody on this planet has been programmed, okay, to dislike themselves, to believe that you're not worth the investment. Let me tell you something. Everybody here, we are going to see unbelievable things happen in the next few months. Unbelievable. Are you going to be ready or are you going to lose your shit? Okay? Are you going to lose it? And understand, if you aren't taking these minerals, okay, because guess what happens? When you don't get the right minerals, your nervous system, your myelin sheath on your nervous system gets wore out and you start sparking. That's how important minerals are. And when you start sparking, that's when you're twitching and getting nervous system disorders. That's when you have so much anxiety that you go into depression, which there is no such thing. And believe it or not, you can believe it or not, but these trace minerals are going to stop at least 90 to 95% of all the symptoms people get. That's how important minerals are. Why do you think there's no minerals in your soil anymore? Why do you think when you go and you bite into a piece of fruit or you eat vegetables and they taste like cardboard? It was the minerals that gave them flavor. All flavor comes from minerals. So when you eat something and there's no flavor, but then most of you are eating things that they do have flavor, and that's called chemicals, by the way, not minerals. Jay, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to hit on a couple things you said there. You talked about the next few months, a lot of crazy things going on. These minerals don't expire, first of all. They are the prepper's dream. If you're looking to fill up your cupboard with a lot of long-term storage food items, these are the perfect addition to that. Another thought is when you are taking your other nutrients, whether they're through crazy times or not, the fact that these minerals will help that vitamin, that protein absorb better into the body. Another great way to add these into your diet is to take them in that morning greens drink, or those other, when you're taking your vitamin C or you're taking your other nutrients, take this with that. So I also just wanted to hit on that kidney question. I think it was Ray that asked that question. So I'm not a doctor by any means. I'm not going to give medical advice. I'm going to tell you a kidney story. We had a customer with a 3-year-old boy, 2 kidneys. The one kidney was dead. Doctors had no clue why. Kid was sick all the time. He was not detoxifying or detoxing correctly. Obviously, he had growth issues. Dead kidney, nobody knew why. He started taking these mineral complex, and within months, that kidney not only came back alive, it wasn't dead, but not only did it start functioning a little bit within a very short period of time, it started growing and actually caught up to the other kidney within, I'm not sure if it was 18 months or how long, but it was right around that 2-year mark. So how did that happen? Don't know. You feed the
Well,
body
I can tell you,
and the body will deal with things itself.
To run the electricity, you need minerals. The minerals are the wiring in everybody's house. That is what minerals are. It's the wiring. It runs the electrical current through the body. So you better get that, everyone. Why should I order for rheumatoid arthritis? Well, rheumatoid arthritis just means that first you had inflammation in your joints, then you had arthritis, and then you got rheumatoid arthritis. It's just the same old symptom, but nobody's ever done anything for you. And rheumatoid arthritis means now that in your joints you've got calcification, which if you were doing trace minerals, you wouldn't have been pulling the calcium from your bones to alkaline your blood and alkaline your tissues, because these alkaline trace minerals would have done their job and you wouldn't be having bones like Swiss cheese. So you better understand that. You're getting more brittle because you're pulling the calcium out to buffer down the inflammation. And now, because the minerals first get stolen from the tendons and the ligaments and the muscles, then they get stolen from the bones. Did you know that? So that's why your tendons and ligaments and muscles are shrinking like beef jerky, because the inflammation is taking the water out and they're being dehydrated. Okay, so that's what rheumatoid arthritis is. Why are they using that name? You've got beef jerky, calcified joints. That's it. And you need to get the minerals into your body. You should also see a Wolf non-surgical therapist, because they will work on your joints one time and you'll go, oh my God, this is a miracle. They'll use their elbow and they'll open up the fibers. The blood flow will come back in. The trace minerals that you are taking will get back into the cells, and life is back once more time. And understand something, everyone. The only old age is scar tissue in the body. And the scar tissue that everybody has, it didn't come from a sports injury or a car accident. It came from either surgery, which causes more scar tissue than anything else, so you better think about that. But mainly comes from you stressing out. So guess what? I have the flexibility of, I'd say, somebody in their 20s. I really do. I have the energy of somebody in their 20s. I'm 67. There's people in their 20s that feel like they're 67 and they're stiff, they're inflamed, they're infected. That's the difference. Okay, it's called electroconductivity, and you can't have it without trace minerals. So you can believe it or not believe it, but I tell everyone to put black diamond in their drinking water, and I tell them to make sure that 20 drops goes into every liter or quart you drink a day. And so now that's 80 drops of trace minerals, and guess what? We see miracles. No way. Well, yes way. And guess what? There's nothing special here. It's just that, guess what? The psychos are stealing everything that's good for us away from us to deplete us. So now you're going to have to go and buy it. So you might want to think about the pretzels and the beer, the ice cream, and all the other things, because you don't have enough money to buy nutritional things. I know why, because we buy junk. There's not a person on here that's not addicted to something. So the reality is this: take a look at your addictions and understand something. Does anybody know how you shut hunger down? Does anybody know how you shut cravings down? Trace minerals. Trace minerals. I hope you're getting this, and I mean it. Okay? So understand something. There is no such thing as rheumatoid arthritis. There's just thing as calcium buildup in your joints and your beautiful tendons and ligaments turning into beef jerky. And with Wolf Non-Surgical and doing these trace minerals, using DMSO on the joints with Pain Away Essential Oil, we'll reverse it, we'll turn it around. I don't care if your joint is as big as a walnut. If I were to do non-surgical, I would get it down by 90% of its size in the first treatment. Understand something. We give a money-back guarantee on all our treatments, all our consultations. You can get your money back anytime from us. And we only charge $150 for a lifetime support. And you get the perfect day guide. $150. Nobody does that. And then you can call up and go, I want my money back, and you can keep the book. And maybe it'll help you buy some Ormus minerals. I don't know. But the reality is that, guess what? We all need to wake up to the fact that we better start supporting each other on every level that we can, and not pretend, but see if we can come together as some form of family. That's going to be really important in the next little time here. Let me see here. I've got another one. Okay. I'm also a kidney donor. Well, you're going to find out when you start taking this. Not the same thing is going to happen to everyone, because everyone has a different personality. And don't tell me it's genetics, because it's not. There are no genetic diseases. Show me any real studies, okay? Because that's not true either. Somebody's saying it's genetics. No, it's not genetics. It's epigenetic. It's epigenetic, okay? They did a big project called the Genome Project, and guess what? Nobody heard about it. Does anybody know why? Because it was a fail. They couldn't find any illnesses that were genetic. And guess what? Taxpayers, the American taxpayers paid millions and millions of dollars for this study, and it flopped right on its butt. Jay?
Metabolic dysfunction.
That's all it is. And it's metabolic dysfunction, okay? Yes, it starts in the digestive tract, but when all things go to hell, it's cellular. Okay? All right? So you need to know that.
Can I take a quick stab at that rheumatoid arthritis question?
And then after you're done that, okay, then you can answer how much would the 2-year-old child take? Okay?
So the rheumatoid arthritis, that calcification, trace minerals have the ability to balance out that calcium buildup. Whether it's in the brain, whether it's in the joints, it doesn't matter where it is in the body. If you take a full trace mineral complex, it has the ability to start working on that isolated mineral element that has built up and caused a problem over time. So as a preventative, that's the way to treat it. But as a curative, it really can over time either help to improve, depends on how far a client wants to go. If they're, if they take the trace minerals and still smoke a cigarette or go and get a McDonald's Big Mac or whatever, it's not going to help like it should.
No, you're just slowing down you're slowing. You're slowing
Yeah,
it down.
even for that person, the slowing down is still a great thing.
Yeah, it is.
But if you're really going to put the effort in, we have people that do hair mineral analysis, and they will say, oh, you have a high deficiency in calcium. By taking a trace mineral complex, you will balance out those minerals within the body, and you can get rid of high deficiency or excesses, high deficiencies, or just standard deficiencies. There's not a lot of calcium in this formula because there's not a lot of calcium in the ocean. Yet if people take this complex and they have a calcium deficiency, this has the ability to increase the calcium.
Can I explain why to them?
It has it in the formula. It has it. It's that you're taking it in with your food and your nutrients, and now you're actually absorbing and utilizing more of that calcium from the food that you're taking in.
Because those minerals come in and they alkaline you, and then the calcium is told you can stay in the bones. And the only reason why the calcium's being pulled out of your bones, guys, okay, ready for this? The only reason why the calcium's being pulled out of your bones is because you're in big trouble. If your blood pH just drops a teeny bit, you go into coma. If it drops a little bit more, you die. And that's why it will never drop, because you'll steal the minerals from your arteries, and then you'll steal them from your bones. And this is why, are you ready for this? Okay, now people are going to go BS. Well, I'm telling you, if you did your homework and you knew the domino effect of this, you'd know that cholesterol levels wouldn't be high if you were on trace minerals. You would know that you wouldn't be dumping calcium from your bones if you're on these trace minerals. And guess what? A gallstone is made from cholesterol and calcium. So you wouldn't have those. You wouldn't have a kidney stone. Oh my God. You also wouldn't have what? Well, guess what? When you find a calcium deposit in a breast, did you know that is very close to what they call heading towards cancer, which I'll call stage 4 inflammation? And the reality is this: when you have enough trace minerals in your body, you aren't on fire. When you become acidic, you go on fire. When you go on fire, you become you're acidic. When you have inflammation, you are full-fledged acid. So you're the acid queen or you're the acid king. And now you got to go, I got to grab calcium because guess what? You don't eat a whole plant-based diet. You don't eat organically. They didn't grow these foods in high mineral-rich soil because you can't, if it's not in the soil, it's not going to be in the food. If it's not in the food, it's not going to be in you. And the reality is this: people eat like crap, okay? I keep saying that, the actual mentality of the majority of the population, if you stepped on their foot, their mouth will open. The reality is that we have been programmed. We're not stupid, but we have been programmed. We've been force-fed BS, dysfunctional beliefs. And understand something right now, guys. You already heard. It's so what? If you actually tripled your dose, it's 60 cents a day. If you quadrupled it, it's going to cost you 80 cents a day. So the reality is 80 cents a day to saturate yourself with trace minerals so that you don't calcify and that you don't go on fire. You know what? It's like everything else, you'll change the oil in your car. You'll change the filter. But you know what? If you were to learn this one thing, okay, it's called a perfect day. If you knew how to love and care for yourself for one day, and you did a unconditional love and care for yourself one day, and you repeated that every day, you could do it unconsciously because it would be a prominent dominant program. Right now, you're not conscious of an unconscious program that's killing you. Oh, yes. And I can say that. I can say that for 99 out of 100 people are unconsciously killing themselves right now. Anybody that has a disease, okay, is out of alignment. And they don't know they're running a program. And guess what? If you don't change, the program doesn't change. If you don't change your personality, you don't change your reality. If you don't bring up your electrical conductivity and remineralize your body, what do you think? You think you're gonna outthink this, outsmart this, outdrug this, outsurgery this? Jay?
It has to be one of the most simplest prescriptions.
Yeah.
Trace minerals have the ability to fix or help everything within the human body. It'll only make you better. It'll only make you have more energy, be more efficient. It's just a great, great product, and it's so simple. 1,000 textbook always talk about minerals as in the hierarchy. It's always number one. Kids do great on our minerals. You asked a question a little bit earlier about the 2-year-old. 2-year-old, 2 drops a day. A 5-year-old, 5 drops a day. Treat it like that. It's not a hard and fast rule. However, that's a great place to start.
That's where you start, and you can't hurt them, right, Jay? So all you're going to do.
But if you're stupid, if you drink the whole bottle, you might get diarrhea. You might.
Well, that's all that energy.
Get nauseous. But if you spread it out, the body's going to say, "Wow, that's a lot of minerals." You take too much at once. The body can reject 18 liters of water. You can have a lot of issues, but do it sensibly. So with children, 1 drop per day per year of age. And saying that, you can cook with it. If you got a 2-year-old and you're making scrambled eggs and you put a couple drop in the scrambled eggs.
Or a blender drink.
Or what, sorry?
A blender drink.
A blender drink, soups, bone broth, salad dressing.
Hide it.
Throw it you can hide it in anything. And so it has a bit of a salty taste if you drank it straight, but it hides perfectly in water or tea or whatever, or in cooking recipes. But there's a million different ways to do it. But if you have a 2-year-old, you've given her 2 drops, don't say, "Oh, shoot, now we can't give her an egg because I put 2 more drops in it." Don't worry about it. If there's any stomach indigestion, you'll know and you'll just back off. Not a big deal.
And
so
guess what, Jay?
They are water soluble. They don't have that potential to build up and cause an issue. The body's going to accept what it wants. It's going to get rid of anything it doesn't need. So it's not like taking an isolated mineral, which to me is something everybody should do with caution. If you're going to take, magnesium is the rage right now. Everybody wants to take tons of magnesium. I understand magnesium has, hundreds, if not thousands, of benefits or helps in all these processes in the body. But we have to be careful, because if we take a mineral in isolation, it has that potential to build up. Like we said, the calcification of the joints.
Yeah.
Your body is always going to try and balance things out. So if you're taking a mineral, it doesn't matter the mineral, or in isolation, the body's always going to try and balance that out. So if you're taking huge amounts of potassium, your body's going to say, okay, potassium needs 7, 8, 9, 10 different elements, and it's going to start pulling from different areas in your body. And those minerals are going to try and balance out that isolated mineral that you're taking in. And we have to be careful, because all those minerals that your body is now stealing from other areas were being utilized. So now you're actually stripping different areas of your body to compensate for your stupidity of taking too much one mineral for too long. And so there's always ramifications of doing things, and taking minerals in isolation for too long, especially if there's not a deficiency. Don't just do it willy-nilly. If you have a deficiency, sure, take it for a little time, get it back up or get it back down, but don't just do it willy-nilly, because you have the potential to throw off that balance. And these trace minerals, if you're taking prescriptions, high blood pressure, cholesterol medicine, they have the potential to bind up these minerals within the body. So same thing. This mineral complex has that potential to offset that. If you're still going to take your medicine, that's up to you, but this has the potential to minimize the damage and reverse some of the problems that it might be creating. So it's a win-win.
And if I can add to that, everyone, you got to look at it this way, right? I've got 2 things to say. And that is this, is that it's the same thing that they do when people are out of hormonal balance. They'll go in with a heavy-duty one hormone to try to fix them. You're going to get in trouble, And we've always been able to resolve almost any hormonal imbalance just by using our black diamond humic. That's it. But I want to come back to something else too, and that's this, is that you have to understand something, that at the end of the day, it's always going to come down to energy. And at the end of the day, human beings are a walking, talking battery. They're either full or they're empty. And the electrical charge is, when you've got an electrical charge, you're fun to be with. When you've got an electrical charge, you love your life. When you don't have an electrical charge, you're depressed and you're sick. So you need to get it. That's how it works while we're down here. Jay?
agree with you more.
Yeah.
It really, really is that simple. Minerals are awesome. Take your minerals. Spend the 20 cents a day. Stop doing some of the bad things we're doing, and life will improve, no question.
Okay, here they are. These are the Beyond Ormus essential mineral drops. Okay, everybody. And this is the Beyond Ormus magnesium spray. Okay. All right.
Can I talk about the magnesium spray one more thing before?
No, there's no rush to flush. Let's do it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so some people have absorption issues, and you could probably hint on that as to why they do, but some people will do it. And so magnesium, I've talked to tons of patients or clients that they can't absorb magnesium. It runs right through them. They get diarrhea instantly. Doctors can't figure it out, shockingly. And so by taking this spray transdermally, we know magnesium and trace minerals absorb through the skin. Go swim in the ocean. Tell me you don't feel better. All those minerals absorb through the skin. But they bypass the digestive system. So somebody that will take a mineral supplement and they cannot, they get indigestion, diarrhea, whatever, they can take this spray. This spray will show up in the blood very quickly. We have people that do live blood analysis that will use a spray and can see it in a very short period of time, effects on the blood. So we know it gets there. We know it gets, and if it's getting to the blood, it's going everywhere.
Thank you.
Right?
And yeah, somebody was just asking. I could check, but I'm pretty sure, yeah. We have the Beyond Ormus and the Beyond Ormus magnesium spray. Yeah, they're both on sale. And they'll stay on sale, I think, until, oh boy. See, I don't even do this part. It's either Friday or Monday. And try it. See what you think. That's what I would say. Go to store.docofdetox.com if you'd like, everyone. Or you can call your order in at 855-900-4544, extension 5. And my phone number is 469-861-8884 if you've got questions. Okay? If you've got questions, call me. I will call you back, believe it or not. Okay, try to look at me as the guy next door. We've been friends forever. Hi, Daryl. This is my question. That's it. That's all. Okay, that's all it has to be. Let's just keep it nice and friendly. And yeah, don't feel awkward. Just know that your health matters. Your questions matter. Your life matters. And please, everyone, please take a look at going to my website for $150. You can get a perfect day consult, and we'll build you a whole protocol around the emotional, nutritional, physical part, and we'll send you the audio. You'll get my 400-page perfect day in a PDF, and it is the most powerful book, I believe, written. I mean, that's 40 years of my work in there, guys, okay? And you'll get lifetime support. You can call us as much as you want. What do you think of that, Jay?
I think it's great.
Yeah.
One more point I'd like to make. Don't forget the pets. Don't forget the dogs, cats. You know, they are our family members as well. We had a 16-and-a-half-year-old Lakeland Terrier, never to the vet a single day in her life. Never sick once. Well, she ate a toad once, so I stand corrected. But other than the poisonous toad, she was never sick a day in her life. And she took 2 drops of minerals on her food every single day. A cat. We have a cat now. We adopted somehow. And 2 drops on his food every single day. No health issues. You'll notice it. You may not notice it on day 1, but 16 years later, when you realize that, hey, that animal's still here and still doing pretty good compared to all the other animals that were running to the vet for their needles and checkups and all this every week.
Is your pet worth 2 cents a day?
That's the question.
You need to ask yourself.
I'd be shocked if most people would say no.
No. Well, until it gets sick. I mean, the biggest scam in the world is taking it to a vet. And not all vets, but 1 out of 1,000 vets, you can find a vet that's really honest about everything. And it's not that they're being dishonest either. They just weren't told what we know. That's all.
Yep.
Well, Jay, everybody, so just so you know, Jay's going to be back in 4 weeks. If you order the product, I will have an extra phone, and people I'll give a phone number when we come on in 4 weeks. You can text me, or you can actually call me, and I'll give you a phone number when we come on. if you'd like to ask questions or send questions in or give a testimonial. And understand something. Why do we give testimonials? Well, because there are thousands of people just like you. That's all. And you know what? And the other thing is they'll believe you way before they believe me. Okay? All right. That's the other thing. Anyways, Jay, what would you like to say?
Thank you for having me on. I just, there's nothing more to say for me. It's been great to be here. Just take your trace minerals. Take your trace minerals. Stop thinking about it. They'll improve your life, and then get on with your day and go and enjoy your life.
Thank you, Jay.
It's really that simple. You're welcome, Daryl.
Thanks for your time, and have the best day of your life, my friend.
All right.
Hey, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. Just know this, that the only thing that I want to do is keep on searching the best for you, okay? Just like we're bringing out our app, okay? Our app will be out in 4 months. It's called Braveheart Nation. And this app will be free. 80%, 90% of it will be free to the world. We'll have master classes on there for free. We're going to have about, we figure, in around 50 to 60 shows per week where people come on for 15 minutes. Different languages, different parts of the world, teaching things that I know nothing about or I know about, but I don't know. So we're going to be getting everybody coming onto this platform, and nobody can shut this platform down. It's my platform. Okay? So we will be telling you exactly how it is, and then you can make your own decisions. Okay? I won't be getting shut down from TikTok every 4 days. Okay? Or be getting strikes because of this or that. And understand, it's only going to get worse. And I'll tell you when it's going to get worse. Just, people usually don't believe what I have to say. But as soon as this new digital currency comes out, okay, that's when they're really going to regulate us. And they're going to regulate on what I say. So, and they'll do the craziest things with our money. You watch. So the reality is I either get a platform that I can invite all my brothers and sisters all around the world to come on. Okay, or we get our butt kicked, okay? We get our butt kicked. So this platform, believe it or not, it's $160,000 to make this. But guess what? It's a big bite for me. It still is a big bite. We're still paying it. We're going to be paying it for a while. But the reality is we're never going to regret it. You know what? The whole thing is, I got to tell you something right now. 99.9% of the population never strategizes. Did you know that? They never strategize. I strategize. Okay, I look at, okay, that's their next move. This should be my next move. That's their next move. I'm going to make this move. Do you do that? I hope you do. This is no time to sit back and hope that it's going to go okay. Because it's not going to go okay, and it's not going to go your way unless you strategize. Look. 86 to 92% of the population, depending where you go in North America or even Europe, okay, has an autoimmune disease. It varies from 86 to 92. Now, you think about that. Now, would you say that these people strategize anything? I tell you, they strategize almost nothing. I'm going to tell you right now, it doesn't matter what they try to do to us, okay? Just remember this. You think about getting a Perfect Day consult and get my manual, okay? Once you have that, we're responsible to be your coaches, your guides. $150, guys. That's for the rest of your life. And if your master consultant leaves, you're stuck with me. And if you can't get in touch with the master consultant, then you're stuck with me. But there'll always be someone there to help you. And understand something. Health is a language. Wealth is a language that none of us were taught on any level. We weren't taught. You weren't taught, were you? My God, you got out of school and the party was over and you just crapped your pants and didn't know what to do, did we? Understand something. I'm only getting started. I'm going to tell you something. There is nothing that I enjoy more than serving you. And you can think that that's a BS line, but you go right ahead. At the end of the day, nothing will ever make you feel better than serving brothers and sisters and seeing their smiles on their face, seeing their children not have to visit the hospitals, be on drugs, seeing them saying, wow, I was booked for a surgery, but I didn't have to go. Wow, I forgot to take my drugs, but I even feel better. Okay? All right? So let's forget the things that aren't really serving us, but you're never going to have that until you strategize. And guess what? Why don't you try to be the one out of 1,000 people that actually unconditionally loves and cares for themselves? Wouldn't that be cool? And then you could take that and you could shine that light on all your friends and family and the world. But you're going to have to stand in your power, because guess what? They're going to think that you are selfish. And when they do, and they say, wow, you're so selfish, what? This isn't good enough for you? Just, know this. They're just scared because you're leaving and you're rising up, okay? And all you got to do is just love them. And remember something. If you don't like a question that somebody asks you, ask them a question back. And remember something. There is no authority over you. So be the authority over you and make some really beautiful decisions. And you know what? Why don't you give it a shot? Really, try out the Ormus minerals and the Ormus spray and see what you think, okay? And, my phone number is 469-861-8884. Give me a call if you've got a question, all right? And I just want you to have the best day of your life. Here's what I'm doing is I'm staying here. I'm going to be lecturing for Jim Gale on the 11th. He's got Path to Freedom, and that will be airing. And he has big influencers coming from all over the world on November the 11th. So that's why Lori and I are hanging out in Orlando. And also we're doing a professional training for a couple of health professionals. And then we'll be leaving here. And then I'll be going home to, that's Puerto Rico for just a couple of weeks. And then I'm going to head off to Mexico, where is my real home. Because you know what? I'm going to live somewhere where it's warm, where I can get to my favorite beach in 5 minutes. And where, guess what? Where I can pick food off a tree, okay? And wear just a fig leaf if I want. And nobody's going to hold me ransom for nothing, okay? That's what I'm doing. And then January the 8th, we're kicking off Whole Life Coach certification at the Cala del Mar. It's a 4-diamond resort. And that'll be for 8 days. And then we'll do the Wolf Non-Surgical. And then we're also going to have a Braveheart Health and Healing Circle for 4 days. And then a pelvic restoration for women, which is 3 days. Check it out at braveheartnation.com. And then tell me if you don't think I mean business, okay? All right? Have a beautiful day. Oh, guess what? And guess what? I just did something, and I just got kicked off of TikTok. I just violated TikTok. See, I was just telling you. That's why I got to spend the money for the app, okay? You guys have the best day of your life, and I guess I'll just shut my app. 3, 2, 1, I am healed. I am Braveheart. You got this.
Thrown off the TikTok.
Yeah. And Facebook doesn't want to say goodbye. Hey guys, I can't end the show. So let me see here. Have a great day, guys. I'm going to give it a little click here. No, doesn't want it to end. Turn off Do Not Disturb. Turn on data. Nope, still doesn't do it. I don't know what's going on here. Here, honey, do you want to play with that for me? Say hi to Lori.
Hi, everyone.
Hey, Jay.
Hey, Daryl, it's Andrea.
Hi, Andrea. 1 second, please.
I just wanted to ask you a
1
question.
second.
Should I push finish? Finish? Nope. It's not wanting to do it.
Right here. I'll give it a shot. It's not like we're trying to get rid of you guys. Just know that, okay?